Hello students, I welcome you all to this video lecture on GST Act 2017. In this video lecture, we will be discussing the illustration 6. Mr. Anil made an aggregate turnover of 90 lakh for the month of February 2019. Compute taxable turnover if following supplies are included in the aggregate turnover. This is an interesting case. In the previous two problems, we were discussing the aggregate turnover. In this case, they have asked us taxable turnover. So, what is taxable turnover? First, let us understand that aggregate turnover is all the supplies that are made by your firm, isn't it? We have just mentioned that two times. We have discussed the same topic in two different illustrations. We have clearly understood that aggregate turnover is the turnover which shows how many or how much amount of supply you have made over the period. Then what is taxable turnover? Out of the given total turnover, total aggregate turnover, which are those turnovers, which are those supplies which will attract tax. So, taxable turnover, the most important difference between an aggregate turnover and a taxable turnover is aggregate turnover does not differentiate between whether a supply is a taxable supply or whether a supply is a non-taxable supply. But while computing taxable turnover, the first and foremost and the important criteria you have to look at it, whether this supply attracts tax or not. Very simple. If the supply attracts tax, you have to take that. If the supply does not attract tax, you have to ignore that particular data. So let's go. They have directly given the aggregate turnover. From this aggregate turnover, we have to find out taxable turnover. What is the problem here? They have included everything in this 90 lakh. Does taxable turnover include everything like aggregate turnover? No. Taxable turnover will include only those items on which we have to pay tax. So how can we find out from aggregate turnover, how can we find out what is taxable turnover? Very simple. Take aggregate turnover. From that, deduct all those transactions, exclude all those transactions, take out all those transactions which does not attract tax. Those transactions which does not attract tax, deduct it, reduce it. Very simple. Okay. Interstate supply. This question was asked in April 2019 by Mangalore University for BCom students. So interstate supply rupees 40 lakh. Out of this 90 lakh, 40 lakh rupees worth supply is interstate. Have they mentioned whether it is zero rated? No. Exempt? No. They have not mentioned anything. That means this attracts tax. You have to pay tax. So we need not deduct this. Okay. Supply to SEZ developer rupees 10 lakh. Now this is interesting. SEZ developer, whenever we send goods to an SEZ unit, what do we consider that as? It is considered to be as deemed export, and whenever a good is considered as deemed export, or transaction is considered as deemed export, it will be zero rated. Zero rated means there is no tax, isn't it? Because there is no tax, we will not take this amount. We should not, this should not be there in that 90 lakh. So this 10 lakh we have to deduct from 90 lakh. Exports to China, just now I have told you exports are zero rated. Within the country, if you are sending to SEZ unit, EHP and various other special zones, then we consider as deemed export. Here direct export is happening, zero rated. So again, this amount should be deducted. 10 lakh should be deducted, 5 lakh should be deducted. Supply within the state. What do you mean by supply within the state? Very simple, intrastate supply. What type of GST will be applicable? We all know CGST, SGST will be applicable. That means tax is applicable here. Until and unless they mention that it is a non-taxable supply, it's an exempt supply, it's a zero rated supply, we have to consider by default any supply will be considered as taxable supply. So if because there is nothing mentioned here, I'll repeat again, because there is nothing mentioned here, we will take this, we will keep it as it is. This 40 lakh will remain as it is, 25 lakh will remain as it is, 10 lakh and 5 lakh should be deducted. Let's see the next one. Exempt supplies rupees 8 lakh. The point itself makes it very clear. It is exempt from taxation. So this 8 lakh should be deducted. CGST, SGST, IGST collected rupees 2 lakh. Is this a turnover? No, but still it has been included there. So what should we do? Obviously we should deduct that, isn't it? What happens is, if you don't deduct this, this is the tax collected amount, the amount of tax collected which has to be deposited to the government. What we will be doing is, if we don't deduct this, we will be charging tax on this also, which is not right. You will be charging tax on tax, right? So first 10 lakh should be deducted, 5 lakh should be deducted, exempt supplies 8 lakh should be deducted, and this tax which has been collected by the firm, which is included in this 90 lakh, we have to deduct that also. So let's go to the solution. We are finding out computation of taxable turnover for the month of February 2019. First, we will take the aggregate turnover as given by the problem. Then we will deduct all those transactions, all those supplies which does not attract tax, so that we can arrive at taxable turnover. So first 10 lakh we will deduct because it is a deemed export. Direct export to China will also be deducted. Exempt supplies 8 lakh, that also should be deducted. So CGST, SGST, IGST collected 2 lakh, that will also be deducted. So what is taxable turnover? Very simple, 90 lakh minus this 25 lakh, 10 lakh, 15, 23, 25. 65 lakh will be the taxable turnover. Thank you so much.